Hello, welcome to the show. This is Hack Hunter, where we show you some of the best and worst tattoo artists that are in your city. So, this is part number 2 of our Birmingham, Alabama episode, and if you haven't seen part number 1, go check it out. We found a really cool, unique artist out there in Alabama, but while we were hunting, we came across quite a few hacks. One in particular we just had to point out. So, without further ado, enter Claude Moore. Now, he is the owner of Heavily Tatted. It's a pretty generic, lazy name for a tattoo shop, if you ask me. Heavily Tatted. Go check them out on Facebook because they don't have a website or an Instagram, none of that stuff. But let me show you the highlights. Oh boy. This, guys, you might think is as bad as it gets, but I promise you it gets worse. This one, obviously, the Archangel Michael scene going on here where he's holding a toothpick, fighting someone. It's just really busted up, really gnarly. And the main takeaway here, when you're looking for a tattoo artist, guys, the main thing I find in so many hack portfolios is how this gray wash looks so etchy, scratchy, and whipped out like this. The reason for this is because when artists are learning to tattoo, when they're professionally trained, they get taught how to do gray wash. When they're not professionally trained, they try to attempt gray wash the same way they would shade with like a pencil. And that's why it comes out this way. It's not the same technique that's used, not even close. And this is what you get if you're trying to just whip out your gray wash real quick. You get that really gnarly, scratchy look to it. This one. Now, I'm not sure what's up with that lion. Dare I say he's a little downsy. But definitely messed up custom design. I don't know what he was going for here. Is this new school? Is this American traditional style? What were you trying here? I don't even get it. But also, while you guys are all focused on this jacked face, you might not even notice that in the background here, this clock goes from 10 to 12. There's no 11 in this clock. I don't think he noticed that he's missing a number there. Oh boy. Let's move on to cover-ups though. Here's one that somebody brought in. Obviously, they wanted it covered up because my God. But let's see how he did on it. Bam. What? What is that? Let me show you that again. That to that. What? How do you even get there? This is just gnarly. I think what he was going for is one of these designs where half of the face of the animal is supposed to be in geometric shapes, and he thought that he could hide those lines in the geometric shapes, but all the lines come out both sides of the face. So what were you going to do with these lines? Just let them go through the face? Obviously a terrible job at hiding it or masking it in any way. You can see parts of the cover-up coming through here on his color work as well. This color work to me is just strange. Not only is he mixing color with gray wash, which I've said in past episodes, this is not something you want to do. Again, if artists aren't trained properly, they might think that that's how you blend color shades, is you mix gray wash with color, but you can't do it. It just muddies up the color. But not only did he mistakenly do that, but he also just put blotches of purple in there. There's no real rhyme or reason. It just looks so scattered and messy. You can tell it really lacked any planning on his part for sure. Here's another one. Customer came in, said, "Hey buddy, can you fix this up for me? Make that flag look cool?" He said, "All right." Bam. Boy, is that better? I don't know. I don't think that's any better, you guys. Just kind of made it look like a messed up piece of rotting wood. Not really sure what he was going for even. This is just so strange. Here's another one I found where it's obviously a religious piece, Stairway to Heaven, but these are not stairs. Look at that. There's no stairs in there. Well, maybe there's 1 or 2 stairs. Otherwise, he took the real cheap route on these stairs and just made it look like a slip and slide. I don't know about you guys, but if I was going up to heaven and I was walking up them busted-ass stairs, I'm not sure that's a heaven you really want to go in. Here's a piece, we've seen it before, the wrench in the bone. Yeah, it's one we've shown on this show quite a few times, and a couple of mistakes he made here. One, he didn't even attempt to do any muscle tissue in there. Didn't even attempt to make these look like bones either. They're just weird cylinders sticking out. But yeah, no real effort or energy put into making that look like it's under the skin at all. It's just red, blotchy patchiness with some scattered lines in there. Really just kind of lazy design work. Very, very lazy. And I can't tell if it's because he doesn't know how to design them or if he really just isn't that good of an artist. I don't really know, but probably both. Another thing he messed up on here is when I see this yellow used as like a skin toner, that's where he was trying to make it look like the skin's kind of 3D and he used the yellow to do it. That lets me know he has a really, really limited palette of colors. If he's just using a bright yellow on the outer edge there to try to make it look like the skin's bending or wrapping in a way, really kind of big tell there. This one, it says, "My sister's protector. Because of her, I will not fall." Yeah, you're missing an apostrophe in the S there and probably a comma down here, but I'm more interested in this brains right here that's supposed to be a rose. Just really overworked the skin. You can see how blotchy and indented that is. It's probably going to be a scar by the end. Most of his lettering came out like this, really kind of squiggly, kind of messy looking stuff. The gray wash all had that scratchy look to it. Again, this is the #1 tell we see, you guys. If you're finding an artist out there, you want to know if they're a good artist, bad artist, look at their soft gray blending here, because if it comes out real streaky like this and they can't even get the shading up to the line, just major red flag. Definitely watch out for those kind of artists. The last one I'll show you here, this is a pocket watch where he finally got the letters right, but he forgot to put the hands on it apparently, and these roses are just really lazy. Hard to tell. Is this supposed to be one giant petal down here? What is going on? Lines missing, having lines overlapping where they're not supposed to. So just really, really obvious red flags throughout. And not surprisingly, they're one of these studios that does the Friday the 13th tattoos. They had all sorts of flash all over their Facebook ready for the Friday the 13th deal. You guys know how I feel about this. I've warned about it in past episodes. You do not want to go to studios where they're trying to sell you these cheap tattoos and just get many customers in and give them cheap, quick garbage, all right? So be warned. Overall, though, Claude Moore, I think it's painfully obvious. You and the rest of the artists down there at Heavily Tatted probably deserve to be on the hack list. All right, guys. If you haven't seen part number 1, go check it out. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next city. Bye.